Welcome back to The Brief. Last week, WHO kicked off the Decade of Action for Road Safety in Geneva with the ambitious target of preventing at least 50% of road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030. Now, governments around the world declared the plan unanimously, recognizing the importance of road safety and the need to act. Now, globally, over 3,500 people die every day on the roads, which amounts to nearly 1.3 million preventable deaths and an estimated 50 million injuries each year, making it the leading killer of children and young people worldwide. I'm joined by Dr. Kulanthayan K.C. Mani, Executive Director of Save Kids. Doc, thank you very much for being with us just last week. Congratulations on all this great things happening. And just last week, the United Nations kicked off the Decades of Action for Road Safety. This is from 2021 to 2030. The target is to prevent at least 50% of road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030. Can you give us an overview of that project and how the UN plans to achieve this target with the help of the various nations around the world?
Right. Thanks, Mr. Gerald. Yeah, if we see, this is based on the UN General Assembly Resolution 74/299, which declared the Decade of Action for Road Safety. So with the target being set 50%, at least 50% reduction in terms of number of deaths and injuries by 2030. So if we see that, it's for a period of 10 years. So at least every year, we should be hitting a reduction of 5% at least. Then eventually by 2030, we can reach that particular target. And they have created three main pillars if we see. The first one, what they said is what to do, and then next is how to do, and the third one is who to do. So let me touch on the what to do first. In terms of what to do, of course, there are 5 areas over there, but I'm just going to pick up one, which is what we call as safe road use. In terms of safe road use, there are some interventions, proven interventions, which we have carried out in the previous decade, which has given us results. And so these are the interventions which we need to strengthen it and then to scale it up in this coming decade. Those are the motorcycle child safety helmets and the safety helmets for the adults. This is an intervention which is one of the safest interventions for motorcyclists in terms of reducing death and injuries. So here is where we need everyone's support, especially road users, to make sure that every one of us, whether we are an adult or a child, as we are seated on a motorcycle, we have to make sure we are using the standard CIREM certified helmets in order for us to get the protection. That's one. Second, if we see, the government has launched the largest public health education intervention called Road Safety Education for all school students from primary 1, that means age 7, until Form 4, age 16. This is the largest intervention. So here, we already have the materials, okay? We know who to reach. Now is we need everyone's support, especially the school teachers and the whole system, to make sure that this intervention which was being developed is being delivered maximum, delivered optimum to the children. That's on one end. On the other end, we request from the parents as the end receiver representing their children is to make sure that the parents also support by having a look at the children's workbook and everything, so that on both angles, the school teachers are providing inputs in the school, and at the same time, parents are also supporting in the house. Then in that case, we can build a new generation of children who are going to be road users down the line in about 5 or 10 years down the line, so that after this, we will be able to minimize this problem. That's 2. The third one is a new intervention this decade. That is the child restraint system, which was approved in the parliament last year. So now it's the time. So when child restraint system comes into picture in this decade, we need everyone, every road user.
Doc,
okay,
I need to stop you here once again because we've been talking about this I've known you for 5 to 7 years. I don't know, just a rough estimate there. And from the time I've known you, you've been spending a lot of time doing this child safety helmets. How much traction have you gained? Also, I'd like to remind you here that we've got about 2 minutes left, so we need to wrap it up very, very soon. But with so many years of working on it, are we seeing these initiatives, especially the child safety helmet, gain traction in Malaysia and the region?
Yes, child safety helmet is giving us results. Now the Now, what we need to do in this decade is to make sure that we increase the threshold, we increase the population who are going to use the child safety helmet. What's happening at this point of time is the number of people using child safety helmet is still low. One, that is either they are using a toys or games helmet, or they are using an adult helmet for the child. So that perception, that behavior has to change. One is to make sure that every child is protected when they're on the bike. That's one. Second is we have to give them the correct protection, which is provide them the standard certified child safety helmet, which is small in size. That is the 2 minute. The third one is while our child are using this safety helmet, we as adults also have to use our helmet. Then in that case, we can see a spillover effect.
Right. Doc, very short, yes, no answer. Has it gained traction in the last 10 years, the child safety helmet?
Yes, it has been increasing and it has been giving us results.
Right. With that, thank you very much, Doc. Always good to have you on the show. Good to speak to you. And thank you very much for what you've done for society and are still doing, or you're still continuing to push for safety helmets to go out and for people to have more understanding about this. We'd like to thank you for that. And Diwali Vatakal from all of us here at Bernama TV.
Right. Happy Diwali to everyone.
That kind of brings the brief to a close. Of course, this is a Monday. We've got more coming up in the next week. Of course, having said that, we'll be talking a lot about the budget in the next week. And if you do have any comments, you can always come on to Bernama TV's website and give us a couple of comments. We'll be able to pick up on guests that you'd like to have on the show. With that, I'm Jared Ratnam signing off. You have a fantastic day ahead. Stay with us for more programs right here on Bernama TV. Bye-bye.
Ramalan cuaca ini dibawakan oleh